The culture currency show is for those who recognize that nuance is key. We don't pretend to have all the answers, but we tackle the issues that affect the majority when speaking of Black America. Our discussions are informed by the host's personal experiences and insights, and we're always open to evolving our perspective as we gain new understanding.
This is the story of two friends from the Bronx who decided to get real, be direct, and impact Black culture. Welcome to Culture Currency, where culture is the value. How you doing today?
I'm good, you?
I'm great.
Good.
Tired, but great.
Yeah, tired but great, yeah. I took me a little nap earlier, I had to.
What we discussing today?
So today we're talking about a subject that's just so deep that I'm hoping we don't take too many tangents and can stay on the subject because I know it's gonna bring some stuff up. But we're discussing colorism and the way it shows up within our culture.
I'm Mahogany,
I'm Ish.
and this is Culture Currency,
Where culture
is the value.
Yes.
So per usual, we're going to start with our definition.
Yes.
And the definition of colorism is a form of discrimination that privileges light-skinned individuals while marginalizing those with darker skin tones, coined by Alice Walker. I didn't know that Alice Walker was the one who coined it.
Alice Walker, powerful author. Facts. That's great to know. Well, for one, how did you feel about the definition?
It was pretty much what I understood it to be.
I feel like this whole thing is just all a trick bag. You know, it's like it's a good conversation to have, but it's all a trick bag. You know what I mean? Again, you know, just different ways to, you know, to keep us separated.
Back to our division.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, yo, we could discuss this season because it goes with exactly what we've been discussing.
Right, exactly. But the way that is like the oldest trick in the book, and we still fall for it. Because in my like, you know, in reading about it and taking notes and all that, as it was came up was colorism, texturism, and featureism. So it's like, damn, we always got something to say about our beautiful selves to each other and the way it shows up in our households. And when you think about all the ways that it shows up and like systematically, it's just
The microaggression of it.
Yeah.
You know, coded languages that equate lighter skin with goodness or purity.
Right.
You know, all of the things.
I even hate Little White Lie. And the black cat is the one that's the bad luck.
all of the symbolism, right? All of the symbolism. Then you, like the beauty standards, right? And family, praising the lighter skinned child or relative, right? Altering skin tones and darker family members, different things like that. This conversation made me think a lot about like some of the ways that we address each other. Like nowadays, and within the culture, you hear you acting light skin or you acting dark skin.
Oh, I never heard acting dark skin.
Yeah, it's like this weird characterization that comes with it, but it's those things are being brought in by us.
Right. Well, it's been adopted by us. It's like we start like policing our own black identity into one kind of view. Like I remember when my aunt came through with this outfit one time, right? It was the dad hats before everybody started wearing them. It was the sweater tied or whatever. And one of my cousins was like, I see you with your white boy look, you know, white boy, because it was a clean, you know, like anything that's clean or whatever, that's white. One thing that we progressed on is I'm hearing a lot more of our children speak more grammatically correct than before. You know what I mean? A little nerdy and stuff like that. And they don't say talking white.
Which is beautiful.
Yeah, I haven't been hearing that. Well, another way we've progressed, our natural hair.
Yes.
Like getting back to that,
loving it.
right?
I'm
like how many
that.
years? Like how many years has natural hair been it?
The thing is, we always have our cycles or our phases, right? Because the 70s was all like. Then from the 70s, it went to Jerry curls.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Got a little
Jerry
gypsy.
curls and perms, and then we got back to it.
Right.
Not saying that having a variety of looks is not black. Right. But
embracing our natural
states.
Yes.
Exactly for what they are.
Exactly. We think of something like featureism. Like not loving your wide nose or not loving your full lips. And that's why so many of our actors and actresses start looking real weird. Y'all thinning stuff out. Y'all wildin'.
Some of the most beautiful people. Lil' Kim was gorgeous. Why
Absolutely
did she
gorgeous.
do that to
Vivica
herself?
Fox did it.
Who made you feel like what you wasn't okay already?
The world that we live in is not okay. In the world that we live in, they make us feel like, no, you're not enough. And then so many of us buy into it and say, you know what, I'm trying to make it, so I have to look like this.
That part.
Let me.
And that seat at the table is a mother.
Yeah, trying to get that seat at the table.
Wanting that seat at the table is a mother.
Yeah.
Because when you understand that you got the power to create your own table and you can come to your table exactly as you are,
Right.
that's the energy I'm trying to bring.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
When I was trying to think of some personal experiences, I can't remember a personal experience where somebody just was like on me about my looks. But I do remember growing up at a time where there wasn't a lot of like front page us.
Nah.
There wasn't a lot of articles that was positive about us.
Or cartoons and shows.
And the people who were like doing big things, there were really microaggressions about them. And I remember feeling like being dark skinned is not okay. I was beautifully reminded though by my mother and my father. My father was huge on that, making sure that I understand that my chocolate skin was a great thing.
Exactly, beautiful.
Right? But I remember feeling those things. What I do remember is being in school my really younger years, and big lips wasn't a thing. And it was like,
Oh, soup
bubble
coolers.
lips.
I got soup coolers.
Bubble lips and stuff like that, right? But I also remember when that shifted. And I watched myself go from not in style to in style.
Right.
And I was like, oh, shoot, all of
Yeah.
the things that people used to
Wait a
say
minute.
were negative about me,
How you
now
com-
is the things that people are actually after me for.
and want to do, but like, yo, like how can your natural look be a style?
Crazy,
That's
right?
crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, like chocolate is in, light is out. Light is in,
Fads.
chocolate. It's like how
Instead of us understanding that like what you are
it's who you are.
is like that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, you
right?
didn't choose that. This is your natural, your own thing. Embrace it, love it, and let's accept each other for it. Was that bars?
Bars.
That was just embrace it, forward, accept each other for it. It's 50 Cent. Internally, how we associate our own blackness with ignorance and criminality. Like we don't have a lot of trust with each other. Like somebody was just at my car just now, right?
I was like, who that near your car?
I said she's white. No, it was a funny joke though, and it was due for the moment because of the because of the show. But that our own distrust for each other. But I think that also comes just from like just what goes on in our neighborhood and lack of resources and how we have to like. How we harm each other in order to survive. So it comes, it comes from that. It builds.
Yeah, absolutely. It's this funny space because there is reasoning. I seen a video today actually. You know how they do the videos online where somebody takes a video that's already online and they speak about it.
Yeah.
These 3 guys got on the train. They had on all black sweatsuits and ski masks. He was black too, but he was like, yo, there's no way I was sitting in that car when I see you coming in like that, right? So he's already created his own avatar on what danger looks like.
Exactly. But the thing is, that black people are synonymous to danger, and we didn't create that avatar. And then it gets passed down generation by generation, and it's up to the other folks from other cultures and ethnicities to build relationships with us, and then realize like, oh, we're all people.
We also have an avatar for the other side. It looks like different types of criminality. Serial killers.
Right. Yeah, you look like a goddamn serial killer. Right.
But it's something that we do.
Right.
So I said all of that just to say, although we're having these discussions and we're talking about certain behaviors that come along with colorism, there is some reasoning behind it, but we have to be more intentional with checking ourselves when coming to conclusions.
Right. And then also I think we need to check ourselves in the things that we say so we don't continue to feed and perpetuate the things that were fed to us since we were little, because we're grown now. So certain things like that's real Taya she is cute for a black girl.
God.
She is cute for a dark girl. So corny and
I used to
played
hear
out
that
at this
all the
point.
time. Like that backhanded compliment is
it's
crazy as hell.
Yeah, I heard it recently.
All right.
And I'm like, yo, why would you say that? Like, why would you say that?
But they be looking for you to say thank you.
But you know what that also means? How you're smart for a person of color. Oh, I didn't expect you to be this.
Oh, I
you know
hear
what
that
mean?
all the time. From not just intelligence, but the way that I carry myself. People have a very crazy concept of what not just black women, black gay women, black masculine presenting women, the things that people are saying to you directly is like, oh shoot, that's what you think about us. This company hired me to do a live event. The guy who was running it, he tried to offer me alcohol during the job. And I was like, nah, I'm good. And he was like, no, it's okay. I said, I don't drink. And I said, and if I did drink, it wouldn't be on the job.
Right.
He was like, you don't drink? He looked me up and down. He was like, oh, right? He left me alone. An hour passed, they was doing pizza for everybody in the spot, so he was offering me pizza. I said, no, I don't eat that. He said, you don't eat pizza? He looked at me, he said, you don't eat pizza? You don't drink? What do you do? I said, what is it that you expect me to do?
I love that question. What do you expect me to do? Right. I love that question. Like the reason why I said like colorism is like a microcosm of the bigger thing, and the reality of being a black business owner, that our businesses, our institutions are devalued. You know what I mean? Because our racism, and they assume that it's unstable, it's unprofessional, it can't really be trusted. And even in nonprofit, like I would be a lot further if I was a white woman. Because that's just a fact. Like even though since 2020 things have gotten better since George Floyd, there's still huge disparities between the amount of money that's given to black nonprofit CEOs and ones that's run by white people. Also, they get more money for general operating funds, like to pay salaries and stuff like that. We get specific grants. You know what I mean, for programs. So that hurts our sustainability and our operations part, where we can't really get our foothold, and then we get 1 year grants instead of multi-year.
In turn, makes it unstable for some.
Yes.
And then feeds that narrative.
Yes, and feeds that narrative. Exactly.
And now it's like, oh, they couldn't keep that open.
Right.
They
and it's all
keep that going.
And it's all really all part of the contract, all part of the setup to keep us unstable. So it's like it just goes so deep. It's crazy.
Extremely deep. Media as well.
Oh yeah.
So as I was saying earlier when I was speaking of my personal experience, the marketing aspect, skin bleaching.
Oh man, that's so sad.
Even the marketing of these filters. Like I had a conversation recently about that, because I was like, yo, did you ever realize that AI, as so-called advanced as it is, it still makes black people white templates? Like it still thins your nose out. It still lightens your skin. It still changes your features. It thins your lips.
Yeah.
The filters on our TikToks and all of that. If you're gonna use it, you gotta find ones that keep you as close to yourself
and
as
your
possible.
Features, right. Yeah. It's all part of it. It's deeply ingrained. It's in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also, I was thinking about the fact that how many people use filters so often that they stop liking how they look in real life.
That's deep. Facts. Where it's like, damn, I don't even want them to really see me. You done filtered your own self out. Have you ever experienced like internal competition, like because it's like a systematic, like lack of resources for us and stuff like that? Have you ever like experienced competition between you and your own people, for our people?
Oh, all the time.
All the time, right?
All the time. Me and this person is cool today, but I was very confused as a kid going through this. Me and this person was supposedly close. They were competing with me, but we are team members. And I didn't understand it for the life of me. I was looking at this person like a team member, and they was looking at me as the competition. As a young person, I seen it as hate. When I got older, I understood it better because I was able to like
so
really pinpoint certain things. Being dark-skinned at a time where it wasn't really the thing to be, there were a lot of people who felt like there's not a lot of space for multiple of us. It had to be one. And so the competition from that person was coming from, I need that spot.
Yep.
And I was just like, community.
Yeah, right.
I was so, I wasn't raised like that.
Right.
I didn't understand it. I understood it later on. and actually discussed it with the person later on.
Oh, great. That's excellent.
But yeah, I've experienced that as a youth.
Yeah, great.
Too.
Yeah.
But I've experienced it in a lot of different scenarios.
I don't think I took it and associated with the reality of it. Like you said, I've taken it as what it is, like hating and stuff like that. I don't know. I've never taken it and looked at, the fact that, the lack of resources, because I'm also a collaborator. I want everybody to win. If I can share, I'm going to share.
That's why we are.
Right. Yeah, that's why we are to
other.
each other. You're right, but everybody's not sharing. Everybody's not sharing. And I think about the different times that I had to speak to our young people, like, a compliment for somebody else doesn't take away who you are. I'm just not complimenting you at this moment. It's not your moment. You know what I mean? But that doesn't take away from what I'm saying to this young man and young woman. I'm like, well, I'm me too. It's not the Me Too movement. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like be able to praise each other, be able to take a step back and give a round of applause.
Let that
to your,
spotlight hit different places at different times.
That's right.
It's so necessary.
Right. And be happy, man.
Like if we all in the same show.
Right. Yeah.
When this person's over here, sometimes the light's going to be over there because it's their moment.
Right.
And when it's your time to go, the light moves to you.
That's right.
And that's how our young people have to start establishing their self-validation.
I love that. And that definitely could be part of a curriculum right there. I love that analogy of being on the stage. And the spotlight does go for different scenes. And it's going to be different scenes in your life. The spotlight's not always going to be on you, and it's okay. And when it's on them, pay attention. You know
I used to have, so many people used to try to get me to stop being like that. When, especially when Mia Hayes. Now, Mia and Hayes were a duo who was doing music, but I was her biggest fan and she was my biggest fan. So everywhere we went, she was often in my neck of the woods. So if we in my neck of the woods, everybody know me. I don't need to put on and be in front. Y'all know who I am. Y'all know what I do.
Right.
So I'm introducing her and I'm like, yo, nice. I'm bringing her to people. I'm talking about her. And people like, yo, why you always do that? I said, do what?
Right.
Like you be promoting other people more than you promote you. First off, it's not promoting.
Right.
I'm excited about my people.
Exactly. I was just in New Orleans recently doing a whole thing about the importance of collaboration. So when I talk about Evander and the different stuff that's happening and houses off the top 20 list of most dangerous schools, I'm not acting like Dream did all of that. I brought up all the other organizations that are there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Change is happening and we're doing it as a collective.
Exactly. But people don't do it. Even when I'm talking to funders, I'm like, yeah, also so-and-so is there. Why not? Why not? I'm not taking nothing away from me by giving the props for people that's also doing the great work. But a lot of people don't do that.
That makes you shine more, I think.
I agree with that, right? Yeah, right?
I think it makes you shine more.
Right? Have you ever been discouraged from being too black, public or professionally?
I can't say that I've dealt with the too black. I've dealt with the too real, too genuine. To myself.
Got it.
And I mean, you can sort of equate that to too black because who I am, and when I show up in a room, my blackness is a huge part of that because I don't shrink.
Right.
I don't curb my language or belief systems around others. So it can be a part of that, but I've never equated it to that. I'm just like, a lot of people shrink, a lot of people edit themselves for acceptance. I don't, so I'm expecting that some people are gonna have a problem.
They're gonna be uncomfortable. Got it. I think it's times that I think I exerted my blackness a little more just because to be annoying.
Just to be annoying. They say that light-skinned people seem to be, what I say, overly conscious to make up for the complexion. What you think about that?
Nah, I wasn't. Well, I know people that are.
I'm not talking about.
No. I just want to say. So I know people that are. That's super that. I think me being extra is being a black gay woman.
Gotcha.
So now, you feel this way. I'm going to be all the way that way. I'm having my do-rag on. I'm doing everything just because, and I don't care.
I'm going to be me.
I'm going to be me. I don't feel like editing or whatever like that. But there's definitely times when I have definitely edited myself because I'm like, oh man, like I started internalizing certain things because of how I look, because of how, how I show up. Now, I don't know. I'm not sure if I have benefits because of my complexion. I don't know. You know what I mean? I guess the way white people feel like there's no privilege. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I don't know.
Everybody got privilege in different rooms.
Yeah.
That's one thing I would like for people to take away from all of our shows is understanding, like, this is why I do go back into different spaces and time where things happen, the conflict, and I'm trying to figure out why it was. Because it's very easy for us to put everything in the same bag and
Right.
title it the same thing.
Right.
But the reality is, sometimes it's not that.
Right.
Right. So it's important that we identify our privilege so that it doesn't anger us so much when we're not the person in privilege in the moment. The same as we spoke about the spotlight for attention and praise is the same thing that I would have to say should come into play when we're dealing with privilege. Not unfair advantage, but privilege, right?
privilege.
Just because you're a woman in certain rooms, you have privilege. Just because you're lighter in some rooms, you have privilege. Because it depends on the room. It depends on who's in the room.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes because you're older, you have privilege. Sometimes because you're younger, you have privilege. All of us in different rooms have privilege. So we never complain when the privilege is on us.
Right. So it's like
we only complain when somebody else is getting the privilege. And we gotta do better when it comes to that.
So, but the great point that you just made is like who we are and ourselves. At some point, we are valued in certain spaces, and in certain spaces where we're not going to be valued. But there's always a space for somebody to be valued, no matter who you are. And if you're heavy, in certain spaces where you get the privilege. You know what I mean?
And that's why you pay attention. You be intentional where you go.
That's right.
You love the way you feel when you go here. You love the way you're treated when you go here. You stay there.
That's where you stay.
That's why I'm super consistent.
Right. Yup. You stay there.
If I like it here, if I love it here, I'm staying here until I don't love it here.
Right. Or is it that when light-skinned people are super conscious and know their Black history that is looked at where, like, please, you...
I think that's a part of it as well.
I think that's what it is, not that it's more of.
I think that's a part of it as well. I think both exist.
Why?
I don't say more of. I think both exist. I think that people tend to come to conclusions about brighter skin the same way, like we said, reverse colorism. So everybody has this thought process of what light skin means. Like you think you better, or you choose it when you want to or not. That type of behavior. People come to those conclusions about people without knowing them, right? So with that thought process, anytime someone is Black power, it's like, oh, they want us to know that they know. They want. It's like you can't just be
I can't
proud.
have this knowledge. I can't be proud too.
But I also feel like some feel like I have to prove that I'm with y'all.
I think maybe some of the biracial folks, maybe.
I think that's where that comes from a lot. I think that conversation comes
because
comes
those lines are hard to ride and figure out and feel, a group.
You trying to find your space and your people, and on both ends you getting some rejection.
Yeah, right. So how do we move from competition to collaboration?
Well, this is an easy fix, but a lot of work.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to just say, get self-actualized. I say it all the time, right? That's going to be an answer for a lot of the things we talk about because everything starts within us.
Right.
So when we start feeling like enough, we stop comparing ourselves to others. When we start loving who we are, there is absolutely no me versus, that's just not there. So it's just inner work. Yeah. It's more of getting an understanding of self from all perspectives.
Right.
Like, who am I as a person? My behaviors, this, that, and the third. Who am I culturally?
Right.
You know what I mean? Who am I natively?
Right.
Right? All of the things help you to get a real understanding of yourself. And once you get a real understanding of yourself, you're able to value yourself different.
Right. Because
it's not just all of these things that was told to you, but now you seeing your roots. It's like, oh, I come from this. I'm strong in this way.
Yes.
I've evolved in this way. I come from people who have done this and done this. it's just a whole story that validates your existence and the power of it.
Right. So what you're saying, which I totally agree with, is that the move from competition to collaboration is really in education. Right?
Yep.
It's really in education and making sure that our babies understand who they are and then learn to love themselves more in order to learn to love each other more.
And we have to change our behaviors and how we're operating in front of our children.
Yeah.
Right? Because even while you're struggling with getting to your place,
right,
we got to be careful what we're translating to them.
Yep.
Right? This is going to be something that's going to be frowned upon by a lot of people, but those who understand will understand it. I had a conversation recently with somebody who decides they don't come outside without makeup. It's not happening. I don't care if it's a store run. And I'm like,
damn.
Do you understand what you're showing your daughter? Right? You're showing your daughter that who you are naturally is not enough. Right? And so then they think that beauty comes by way of packing on the makeup. And now they're desiring the makeup. And then they're not going to want to come outside without the makeup because their features aren't beautiful the way they are. They need help. And so it's a psychological thing. And so that was an example of one thing, but that is us in our regular life.
Yeah, because a lot goes with that. It's so many other examples that you got on that, but that was an excellent one. That was an excellent one. And then I was also thinking on the surface level, because we have social media, let's start sharing each other's stuff more. You know what I'm saying? When we have businesses, when we have projects and all like that, it's simple as repost or simple as add to your story. You know what I mean? Little things like that while we're trying to build to go deeper and love ourselves internally on the surface level, to combat all of the isms and all of that kind of stuff is just let's start with collaboration.
I do that with my people, strangers, anything that I find is a counter to what's out there. So if there's a bunch of negativity out there, if I see a positive post that's giving information that I think people deserve, I make sure to share it.
Right.
Right. So get on that.
Yeah.
But get on that, but also understand that I'm not sharing your stuff if it doesn't align with what I be speaking about.
Oh, super fact.
If it aligns with what I speak of, you getting that share. I'm gonna push it.
Exactly. I just want to say one more thing because we kind of saying this already, but in terms of like our brick and mortars or online businesses, it's so important that we really support each other's actual businesses also because there are systematic barriers that prevents us from our talented, beautiful selves from being all that we can be. So at least us as a community, we could take care of each other and make sure that we fraternize each other's businesses. You know what I mean? And try to push each other up. It's important that we're intentional about that.
Absolutely. Especially now, more than ever.
Especially now, yeah. Because in 2020 with the whole George Floyd thing, it was a push. Everything was black. Everything was,
of course.
Everything but
pacifying.
It's starting to fade again.
We know when pacifying is happening. You still take advantage of the pacifying because you don't know when it's going to come again.
Right.
But yeah, often when things are pacified, that's not long lived.
Yeah, so that's make sure that we take care of each other.
I'm Mahogany.
I'm Ish.
And this is Culture Currency.
Where culture
is the value.
Make sure to like, subscribe,
share, and comment.
And listen.
There you go.